From the very first moment, before time had a name and before the universe had shape, there was chaos, an endless, yawning void that contained all possibilities and no order. Out of chaos emerged the primal forces that would give structure to existence itself: Gaia, the earth; Tartarus, the deep abyss; Eros, the force of desire and creation; and Nyx, the night. From these ancient beings came the foundations of the cosmos, setting in motion a divine drama that would echo through eternity. Greek mythology begins not with heroes or monsters, but with the birth of reality itself, where gods were not distant ideals but raw, emotional forces driven by jealousy, love, ambition, and fear. Gaia gave birth to Uranus, the sky, and together they produced the Titans, vast, powerful beings who embodied the primal laws of nature. Yet even among gods, power bred cruelty. Uranus, fearing his own children, imprisoned them deep within Gaia, causing her unbearable pain. From this suffering arose rebellion. Gaia forged a sickle and persuaded her youngest Titan son, Cronus, to overthrow his father. With one violent act, Cronus seized control of the cosmos, marking the first great cycle of betrayal that would define Greek mythology. But prophecy cast its long shadow. Cronus was warned that he too would be overthrown by his own child. In terror, he devoured each of his offspring at birth: Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, until his wife Rhea deceived him, saving their youngest son, Zeus. Raised in secret, Zeus grew to challenge his father, forcing Cronus to release his swallowed siblings. What followed was the Titanomachy, a cosmic war that shook the universe itself. Olympian gods clashed with Titans in a battle that lasted 10 years, until Zeus, wielding thunder forged by the Cyclopes, finally emerged victorious. The Titans were cast into Tartarus, and a new order was born. Zeus became king of the gods, ruling from Mount Olympus alongside his siblings. Yet this victory did not bring peace. It only marked the beginning of divine politics, rivalries, and endless interference in mortal affairs. The Olympian gods were powerful, but deeply flawed. Zeus ruled the sky and thunder, but his countless affairs sowed chaos among gods and mortals alike. Hera, goddess of marriage, embodied loyalty and vengeance in equal measure, punishing Zeus's lovers and children with relentless cruelty. Poseidon commanded the seas, temperamental and destructive, while Hades ruled the underworld with cold fairness, presiding over the dead rather than the living. Athena emerged as the goddess of wisdom and strategy, born fully formed from Zeus's head, while Ares represented the brutal chaos of war. Aphrodite, goddess of love, inspired passion that could ignite wars or destroy lives. Together, these gods shaped the destiny of humanity, not as benevolent guardians, but as unpredictable forces whose favor could elevate mortals or ruin them utterly. Humanity itself was shaped by divine conflict. Prometheus, a titan sympathetic to mankind, defied Zeus by stealing fire from Olympus and gifting it to humans, granting them knowledge, progress, and independence. Zeus's punishment was merciless. Prometheus was chained to a rock where an eagle devoured his liver daily, only for it to regenerate each night. To further punish humanity, Zeus created Pandora, the first woman, and sent her with a sealed jar. When curiosity overcame her, she opened it, releasing suffering, disease, and despair into the world, leaving only hope behind. These myths revealed a harsh truth. Intelligence and curiosity were both humanity's greatest gifts and greatest curses. As gods shaped the world, heroes began to rise, mortals whose courage allowed them to challenge monsters, fate, and even the gods themselves. Perseus, armed with divine gifts, slew Medusa, a gorgon whose gaze turned men to stone. Theseus braved the labyrinth and defeated the Minotaur, ending a cycle of sacrifice and fear. Jason led the Argonauts on a perilous quest for the Golden Fleece, facing betrayal, magic, and tragedy. Each hero's journey was a test not only of strength, but of character, revealing that glory often came at an unbearable cost. No hero embodied this more than Hercules, known to the Romans as Hercules. Driven mad by Hera, he murdered his own family and was condemned to complete 12 impossible labors as penance. He battled lions and hydras, descended into the underworld, and captured monsters thought invincible. Yet despite his unmatched strength, Hercules suffered endlessly, proving that heroism in Greek mythology was inseparable from pain. Strength could conquer beasts, but it could not erase guilt. Other myths warned against excess and arrogance. King Midas learned that greed turns blessings into curses when his golden touch robbed him of joy. Narcissus fell in love with his own reflection, wasting away until only a flower remained. Sisyphus defied the gods and was condemned to roll a boulder uphill for eternity, a symbol of endless, meaningless labor. Icarus, intoxicated by flight, ignored his father's warnings and fell to his death, teaching that ambition without wisdom leads to ruin. At the heart of Greek mythology stands the Trojan War, a conflict sparked by divine vanity and human desire. When Paris judged Aphrodite, the fairest goddess, he was rewarded with Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world, already married. Her abduction ignited a war that would last 10 years, drawing in gods and heroes alike. Achilles, the greatest warrior, achieved eternal glory but died young. Hector defended his city with honor, only to fall before fate. Troy burned, proving that even the mightiest civilizations are fragile before pride and vengeance. From this war emerged one final epic journey, the Odyssey. Odysseus, clever and resilient, wandered for 10 years across a hostile world filled with monsters, temptresses, and divine punishment. He outwitted the Cyclops, resisted the Sirens, and survived the wrath of Poseidon, all to return home and reclaim his place. His story celebrated intelligence over strength, endurance over rage, and the enduring human desire to belong. Greek mythology is not merely a collection of ancient stories. It is a mirror held up to humanity. Its gods reflect our flaws, its heroes our struggles, and its tragedies our fears. These myths endure because they confront timeless questions. What is the price of power? Can fate be escaped? And how far can ambition carry us before it destroys us? From chaos to Olympus, from gods to mortals, Greek mythology remains one of the most powerful narratives ever told, a story that continues to shape how we understand the world and ourselves.